All right. Hey, welcome to the Implied Project. I'm Tony Martinez, your host, along with my co-host, my better half, Jamie Gaynor,
Hello.
and yes, and of course our lovely guest, Scarlet Begonias. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank
Yes,
you so much.
coming to us straight from Florida.
Yes. I
Uh,
Ooh, how's it going down there right now? How are things?
I mean, things are definitely a little stressful, I guess.
I think
As
that's
they are every
universal.
year. I don't know. I honestly pretty much keep to myself just because I was a germaphobe long before COVID came along. So
Ma'am.
things
yeah.
are all right inside my apartment.
That's relatable. Things are great inside my small bubble.
Right? My bubble is doing just fine.
I'm already going to ask her birthday.
Go ahead.
When's your
I kind of want to make you guess just based on the way that you said that. What do you think?
Based on what you said right there, I would say that you at least have some high key Virgo placements, but that doesn't mean you're a Virgo.
Really? I'm actually a Scorpio. But
Hmm.
I feel you because I feel like both the Virgos that I've known and the Scorpios that I've known are the moody. So I see how they could be kind of similar.
Well, real particular about germs and stuff too. So my daughter is a Virgo with a Scorpio rising. So
Oh,
no germs over here.
that's me.
All right. Well, good. I got that out of the way. So now I don't have to interrupt with that later.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I'm definitely a Scorpio. I think I relate very strongly to the sign, although I like to think that I relate more to the positive traits than the negative ones, but I'm sure everyone says that.
No, that's good. That's part of evolution. That's
right,
the plan,
exactly.
at least.
Exactly.
Right.
All right. So, as far as your modeling stuff, obviously, you're a really attractive model, as obviously everybody that we have on here. But you've definitely got the whole blonde thing going down in your work.
Mhm.
You know,
Thank you
so
very much. Shout out to my hairdresser, Shailene Creates.
how did you tell us what were you like in high school, first of all?
Oh man. In high school I was quiet. I was bullied. I was very shy. I had a rough time. I had a really rough time in middle and high school. Like I was not attractive. I remember being told by I think my mom that I was going to be a late bloomer, and I was like, "Oh, great, that's so helpful."
Cool. Cool.
Right, and it worked out. But at the time, it was not what I wanted to hear. But yeah, high school was kind of a rough time for me. I really did not bloom as a person until probably after college, actually. So
Wow.
30 for me. So
wow,
I feel you.
You don't even look 30, so
37.
Damn.
But no, I feel you.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but dang.
So there are phases to that. I think I bloomed in some way, maybe later, but then yeah, the true me came after my Saturn return from 28 to 30. So
Good.
wait for that.
Well, I'll look forward to that. Maybe that will also be in the cards for me.
It ushers in a new era for you.
I get older, so I would believe it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, like when you talk about actually, because always like to touch on this subject when it comes to bullying. Like, what kind of stuff did you face? You know, literally.
There was a lot. It was tough. I was definitely weird looking. I was very like thin, but not like in a good way, not in like an attractive way. And I was a late bloomer when it came to like puberty and all that stuff. So I was kind of gawky looking for a long time. So a lot of girls picked on my body shape and my body size. I was also very nerdy. And I went to private school. And then my parents moved me from private school to public school right when middle school started, which to me is just like cruel and unusual punishment.
That's tough.
Like, what are you doing? That's the worst time to do that. But
so your main culprits, where do they live? I just want to talk. I hate when I hear about bullying stuff because that's so crippling.
Yeah,
that sucks.
It did suck, but honestly, I have really come full circle with it. And a lot of the people that I didn't really have a good relationship with back then have actually reached back out to me, especially because I've spoken up a lot about some of the stuff that I've been through since that time. And I think that it really resonated with a lot of them. So I've actually had the ability to be able to have not necessarily a friendship with those people, but like, cool, I get it, you know, like
good for you.
Everyone's been bullied, but I also have been the type of person that would understand why someone was bullying if they were hurting, you know?
Oh,
Everyone wants to lash out
And
sometimes, and sometimes you don't have self-control. So I get it. It sucks. It sucked at the time, but now I'm over it. You know, I'm not.
That's very compassionate of you. Seriously, you're right.
Like
not everybody has access to that level.
And then maybe bullies won't be such a big deal.
Yeah, good for you. That's amazing. Way to take that and make the best of it. Seriously, that's inspiring.
Yeah, I definitely.
I think.
That's why I definitely like to bring that up.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then you got into. You were telling me that got out of high school. You bloomed after high school, and in college, she was telling me that her first taste of modeling was actually being an art model for the classes there.
Oh, that's cool.
So who talked you into that? Was that something that you did on your own, or did somebody talk you into that?
I did not do it on my own. Actually, my best friend, Steph, who I love dearly, she has been my best friend for 8 years plus now, probably more than that. She was an art model first, and she also had like a little point and shoot camera. So we would do our own photography and modeling. And she was art modeling before I did. And we would kind of do these little photo shoots. We'd pick out like outfits from the Salvation Army and like go walk to the park and take different pictures. And since she was art modeling, she would show me how to use some of the poses that she was learning while she was doing the art modeling. And then I needed money. So I was like, I need money. What should I do? And she was like, you should art model with me. It's not that hard and it's a lot of fun and it's really empowering. And I was like, you want me to get naked in front of 30 people?
Yes, I do.
But I like built up the courage to do it just after being kind of desensitized to it by her telling me how amazing it was. And I ended up doing it. And it was really empowering, like she said. And I think I learned a lot of my poses from then, because when 30 people are looking at you naked and you're supposed to be switching every 30 seconds, you got to think of some poses.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. So I thought you just held like a pose the entire time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we would start with short gesture drawings. So that would be like a more fast paced, like switch, switch, switch. And the person was supposed to draw it like very quickly.
Yeah.
And then you would finish with a longer drawing, sometimes up to like an hour of holding a pose. But you would get little breaks, obviously.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty intense, but I am obviously very grateful that I had the experience.
Right. I only did that once, where you're holding for like 30 seconds at a time. That was more challenging than I realized. I was Lara Croft, and it was for this whole art school, and like holding like a fake gun and whatnot, like for 30 seconds in one position was like so hard.
Yeah, it's
so I give you all credit. I thought I was strong. I was like, no, you are not. You are not strong.
You are strong. You're just not meant to hold still that long. I don't think.
Who knew?
Yeah, it's definitely challenging. Art models. Shout out to art models everywhere.
Absolutely. All credit due there.
Yeah.
So I've got a question for you, because obviously now, like, we know you through your glamour work. What kind of difference, if any, in your posing between your art modeling and what you do now? Like, is there a difference there? Or?
There's definitely a difference. I mean, there's obviously a difference in the format of what I'm doing, just because photography, drawing classes are not the same. I would say that, I mean, my art modeling poses still definitely come into play. I kind of, I do like a wide variety of modeling, and I think that within each of the different genres, I see different parts of my art modeling roots. It's kind of like each part kind of like branched off into its own thing. So I definitely see a lot of my art modeling when I'm doing art nudes, obviously. Like that is very simple. And honestly, even with fashion, I kind of see some similarities, because a lot of my poses for the drawing classes, I would try to do like big angles and like, you know, dramatic poses, which works sometimes for fashion editorials as well. So I kind of feel it when I'm doing that kind of thing. There's obviously not a lot of crossover between like portrait work or beauty work and art modeling, other than holding still.
Yeah.
Right.
But I see bits and pieces of it in everything I do. And I've also kind of incorporated my yoga practice and my modeling for some shoots. I've done some yoga shoots, and those
Yep.
there's a lot of overlap there. I've noticed that my yoga and my art modeling are kind of inseparable at this point. They're kind of together. I can do yoga and not model, but whenever I'm modeling, I'm doing yoga.
Yes. Okay. I have a question now because of that. How sore are you after shoots? I feel like people don't realize. Like,
Oh,
shoots
girl, I'm
are
sore.
workouts. It's
Yes,
like a
I
bar
am
class
sore
in
afterwards.
yoga in
Yeah.
one. You're holding these poses in these really weird positions. Like, my body hurts after. I
Yeah.
don't work out the day of a shoot. I can't
Yeah,
because I won't be able to
can't.
hold poses.
I can do yoga and like stretch,
Yeah.
but no weights, because then
No.
I noticed it's not even a matter of like willpower. Like I'm there, I'm ready to shoot, but my body starts shaking. And
Yep.
like, what are you gonna do if you start shaking? Like you
Like,
can't.
if I'm on my, like, 'cause I always, even if I don't have shoes on, I'm on my tippy toes. My
Yes.
calf is like, no.
Oh my god, my
Nope.
calves are always destroyed. They're so they're like the rock
know.
hard always. They don't unflex
They
anymore. I'm like,
are.
oh, this is good.
See, these are the
But-
aspects of modeling that people don't know about. They're like, how hard is
Yeah.
it really? And I'm like, you don't even know.
There's
You
so
don't
much
realize.
to it. There's so much to it. I
Mhm.
actually, I recently started a blog just because I felt like I need to write down some of this stuff that is like that, where I'm like, nobody talks about this, but
What
it's
was
like
it called?
part of my life. It's
Plug your blog.
It's on my website, which is shootwithscarlet.com, and the blog is called Stuff Scarlet Says. So it's
Love
literally whatever I feel like saying. And
It's like shower thoughts. I love that.
pretty much, yeah,
Okay.
shower thoughts. that
I'll
would
look
be
it
a
up.
good like underscore name for it.
I'll look it up.
Yes.
That's great. So you started out with art modeling, and then how did you segue into the glamour stuff? Like, who did you work for first, or how somebody approach you, or how'd that work?
I was approached. I was working in New York at the time. I was a waitress, and my boyfriend Sean, known on Instagram as Finn, he was working as a cook in that restaurant. So I was waitressing, he was cooking. We were saving up money as hard as we could because we wanted to move somewhere warm. We both hate the snow, like straight up. That was one of the first things that we noticed about each other. I was like, I want to move, and he was like, I want to move. I was like, let's move. I don't even know you, but let's get out of here. I hate the snow. So we were working on that basically still. We had been together about 2 years. We were working at a restaurant, and it was Father's Day. And this photographer came in and sat in my section. And I noticed that she was kind of like eyeballing me. And at first I was like, is there like something in my teeth? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. This was a she?
It was a she, yes, which I think
Okay.
is awesome. And she like gave me her photography card, and she was like, listen, I don't know if you've ever modeled, but I'm like dying to shoot you, and I have a project in mind, and I like really would like to do it. I'll provide wardrobe, I'll provide like everything you need. Let me know what you need, like, and let's do this. And I was like, okay, awesome. Definitely.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that. So we styled and planned, and I was super nervous and excited. And we did a vintage style tennis shoot where I was wearing like a cute little white outfit, and I had a vintage tennis racket that was actually from like 1970, used to be my mom's, and
That's
it was really
awesome.
cute. It was really fun, and I had such a great time. And that was like the first time that I really felt like a connect to my creative self, like fully.
Mhm.
I felt like I was like stepping into something new, and I was like, oh, like this is a thing. Oh boy, I'm
Yeah.
gonna definitely spend a lot of time doing this. And I had no idea how much time.
That's
I had
awesome.
no idea, but I was addicted from like the first shoot.
That's
Do
wild.
you have some of the photos from that?
I do, yeah. I
I'd
have
love to see
on my
them.
Instagram. I can send some.
Yeah,
over.
go ahead and email them to me. I'll include them when we go
Yeah,
through.
I
your
love.
work here.
So
Yeah.
I love anything vintage looking. I'm all about it. So I'm
Me
interested.
too. I love vintage stuff.
Yeah. So then you started doing glamour stuff,
Mhm.
but of course you said you were doing a little bit of everything. So
Yeah, I've kind of tried to keep a healthy mix, just because I think I have a pretty versatile look. I can do
Mhm.
glamour, and usually because of my hair and my facial expressions, that's what I am known for. But I also can put my hair up, and I can do my weird art poses, and I can do yoga, and I don't know. I really like being able to express all the different sides of who I feel that I am. And I feel like one genre doesn't ever really capture it for me, because I feel like I have a lot of different sides to who I am. So I need a lot of different genres to express that.
no,
feel
that's
that.
great.
I
By the
feel
way,
that.
for those of y'all that are watching, if you have questions for Scarlett, feel free to type them in the comments, of course, I'm keeping an eye on that, and we'd love to hear from our watchers here, so our
Definitely.
viewers. Anyway, so she's sending us some photos.
Yeah.
Did you have any experiences that were learning experiences in terms of like how you dealt with photographers and
So many, so many learning experiences. I don't even know where to start. I feel like safety is something that I've really learned is very important. There are a lot of really awesome people that I've worked with, but I've also worked with some who I'm like, I don't even know. I did not feel safe at the shoot, and some very questionable things have happened. And it's unfortunate, but I think a lot of models don't understand that that's probably going to happen at some point. Somebody is going to have bad intentions. So I don't know. Something that I do, I never go anywhere or to a shoot or meet a photographer or do anything unless somebody knows exactly where I am and they're 10 minutes away. That's like the max amount that someone can be away, just to be safe. I'm lucky because I haven't really had that many bad experiences myself. I've had a handful, but I know people who have gotten into some really bad situations. So I think safety is an important thing. And then another thing that I would say that I've learned that's really important is just overall professionalism on both ends. I think it's really important for models to be on time and show up and care about the shoot. Don't show up lackluster. Don't show up hungover. Don't show up drunk. And please take a shower. Like, my goodness. But most of the models I have met are very professional. And also on the photographer's end, if the model doesn't want to shoot something, don't try to shoot it anyways. If you say you're going to shoot from a certain angle, don't switch that angle up to try to get something different. Don't, like, I don't know. I just think that there's a code of conduct and professionalism. And when it's observed on both sides, the art is better because everyone's comfortable, everyone feels respected, everyone's in their comfort zone to create, and no one's worried about being taken advantage of or doing something that they don't want to do. And I just feel like that's such a healthy, happy environment. And I've had photographers who haven't necessarily been the most professional ask me why they think that their work is not necessarily as high a caliber. And I'm just like, it really matters the environment that you create.
Yeah. With nude modeling, like you were saying, that is so particular with if you have an angle, there are certain things that you're not comfortable with. Whenever I did nude workshops, it was the same thing. There were certain angles I was not comfortable with. And man, that like makes you feel so not secure and not comfortable when someone tries to sneak a shot like that. That's so upsetting.
It is.
I've
really
also
upsetting.
been very blessed though too.
There's
I haven't
a lot
had
of
many.
Right. But I feel like everyone's just had enough of an experience with someone like that, even if it's not like directly with them, that it's like, it's just something that shouldn't be happening. I feel like there needs to be like a trust level established for nude work. Like I am totally comfortable nude, but that doesn't mean that people can't do things to make me feel uncomfortable.
Right.
Like, I'm comfortable, but you might make me uncomfortable if you're being weird.
I agree.
So speaking of y'all's versatility, this seems like such a basic question, but Justin has a question. Let me go ahead and pop it up on there. What kind of models are you? So how would you define yourselves? Am I a fashion model? Am I a nude model? Am I a glamour model? How would you answer?
You first.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't, but if I had to pick a genre, honestly, I would say I am a glamour / swimwear model. But that is only because that is the majority of what I post on Instagram, and that's probably what people think of me as. However, I personally think that I am whatever kind of model I want to be that day, because I have not seen a shoot yet that I couldn't do. There's shoots I wouldn't do, but I am like up for the challenge. Like I will do everything from being like covered in mud and dressing like a warrior in the woods to being all glammed up. Like,
and you have, I've seen that.
Yeah, I love it. I love like the versatility. So trying to pick is like, I'm really bad at picking things too. Like I also can't pick a favorite color or a favorite flavor of ice cream. So that's just not really who I am. I'm like a variety person.
How would you say, Jamie?
I would say mine's going to be a multifaceted answer too, because there's never black and white for me.
Right.
But for the stuff that I get paid for through my agency, I'm commercial. I'm commercial model mainly there. Outside of that, it's free flowing. There's glamour, there's boudoir, there's fashion. I'm not as much fashion. I'm not built that way. I'm built more for lingerie. But yeah, whatever I feel like doing that day, I do cosplay stuff. So it's really, it's layered. It's
Yeah.
I
layered.
disagree with you. Some of the fashion stuff you do is
You
some of my
think?
favorite images. Yeah.
So kind of you to lie to me like that. I don't think it's my I
I've
don't think
been
it's my strong
drinking.
point. I've been drinking tea, so
No,
I
it's
don't
just
know what you're talking about. But I don't think I'm not my legs aren't long enough, I don't feel like, for fashion, and that's just me being hard on myself. But I still
yeah.
try it.
No,
Yeah.
you look good. I would hire
Thank
you for
you.
fashion model.
Thank
That's
you.
why I said like swimwear too. I feel like swimwear is what I get paid for mostly here. Also,
Yeah.
in Florida helps, but because I'm shorter too. I'm only 5'7", so like I can do fashion, but not fashion runway. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
Right.
like I would have a hard time calling myself just a fashion model
Same.
because I don't do runway. I'm a print fashion model. See, it's just so hard
Yes.
to answer this
Yeah.
question.
Thank you
Layers
for the
on
question,
layers.
Justin. Thank you for
Everything
that
but
question.
runway.
All right, so let's go ahead and show off some of your work.
Yes, I'm emailing you a picture right now from my first shoot.
All right, let me go ahead and pull that stuff up.
I love how everyone gets to like see up my nose whenever we do these things. I get real close because I'm blind and I can't see anything.
1 second here. I gotta.
That's cool that you do commercial. I really like doing commercial too. I've only done like probably like 5 to 10 commercials,
Yeah.
like commercials, and then I've done a lot of like print campaign stuff. But I really like. I don't know. I just have a really fun time with that. I like.
I
Like
didn't
seeing
always.
products. I'm like yes.
It was a little too low key for me back when.
It's
and
challenging.
yeah, and my agency
It's
was
so
always
different.
pushing me to be less sexy, and I'm like, don't tell me what to do. But it is the work that I get paid the best for. So,
Yeah.
well, that's
Oh,
gorgeous.
Okay, I actually included some photos that I particularly liked. So along with the ones that you had sent me. So this is one of the ones I picked out.
Love it.
Yeah, I like that one. It's by Black Canvas Studio, Black Canvas Boudoir.
This is another one that I liked.
I have an image very similar to this, black and white on steps that are stone like this. This is wild. And the pose isn't that different. Holy cow. I love this. Yeah.
See, this kind of goes along with what I think, in my opinion, what you were discussing earlier, where some of your stuff that you did for art modeling kind of transferred. Because initially, just from what you're wearing, I would think this is going to be some kind of fashion or avant type of shoot. But because of the type of way you're posing, you've changed it.
Yeah, I definitely incorporate my art modeling into pretty much everything. It just kind of comes out.
Like, okay, tell us the story behind this one.
Oh, yeah.
This was a lot of fun. This was not too long ago. It was with the Marvelous Art in Atlanta, and he does a lot of projection art. So it's like a very precise process where he has multiple projectors set up in a certain way, and he does it in a specific way so that you don't have the fallout of the pattern on the backdrop. It's just the model that's covered in the pattern.
So these are multiple projections on you?
Yes. It's one image, but he's got multiple like images projecting it onto me.
That's intricate. Okay, something I've never done at all. So that's amazing. Cool.
Yeah, it was really neat. It was very precise. It was like if you move even a fraction of an inch, it changes everything. So it was another one that really incorporated my art modeling, I would say, because I was really standing still and holding poses with angles in a specific way to play with.
That's amazing. That's a mathematical science there.
This is fun. This is one of my favorite.
Is that underwater?
Yes, this was my first real underwater shoot. I tried before with somebody else, but it didn't really work. This was incredible and like on another league. They had scuba gear. They had like a whole room. They had a pool that was specifically for this. It was pH balanced so that it didn't burn my eyes, which was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
What kind of lighting did they use here?
They had underwater lighting. This was shot by Chuck Guthrie, by the way, Charles Guthrie in Virginia Beach.
That's incredible.
It was really cool. I was actually scared because I'm not really that good of a swimmer. And he had said that we might take some underwater shots. And I get there and there's like this crazy setup with like scuba diving gear. And I'm like, we might.
And so the whole shoot is you underwater.
Yes, it really was. It really was. But he was so, and I feel like if it had been anyone else, I probably would have been too afraid to do it. But he was like very professional. And that's what I mean. Like he literally got more out of me because how professional he was. He got more out of me as an artist. He got me to step out of my comfort zone because I am not a great swimmer. And not only that, when this shoot was starting, I couldn't get to the bottom of the pool because no one had ever explained to me that when you're trying to sink, you let out all of your air in your lungs first and then sink. I thought that you take a big breath and like, and then try
and then push down.
You will never think that way, apparently. I didn't know. But once I figured out how to sink, they couldn't get me off the bottom of the pool. I dropped like a rock and I was just sitting down there for like 7 minutes at a time. And I was like, I can't believe that my whole life I've not known how to get to the bottom of a pool.
That's amazing.
Funny.
Wow.
It was cool.
Love
Okay.
this.
Love this
Yes,
one.
I love that one too. That one is by Good Egg Photography here in Orlando. One of my favorite local photographers. He's really amazing.
That's a really nice one.
This is cool and something that I'm proud of. This is
Yeah.
something that happened during the pandemic. I shot with, what's his name? It's escaping me.
What I like here is you've got all these different expressions. Well,
Yes, we did it virtually, which was really cool. And I think that the image quality is like really good for the way that we did it.
Wow.
Most of my virtual shoots are tethered with a camera, but this one was with a cell phone, actually.
wow.
Well, this is incredible, and the colors are perfect.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Wow.
Okay, this is art
Oh, I
modeling.
saw this
all
one.
over
Yes.
it.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that one was not too long ago either. And that one was by 18th Letter Photography in Atlanta. And it was really cool. We just played around with mannequins basically all day.
That's cool.
I love using props like that in a new way.
Right.
Booty.
Booty shots, got to throw one in there.
Booty.
Yes, this one was actually shot by my boyfriend, so I love this shot. It's one of my favorites that we
Dang.
put together. Yeah, he actually started learning photography because of me, so he's relatively new to it, but I think he has a pretty good eye.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
Cute.
More Underwater, also shot by Chuck Guthrie.
This is amazing. It's amazing.
Thank you.
It's not often that I see something that I haven't seen a lot of. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I really
And that's
want to
something I've
because of
not
that.
seen.
Right.
Yeah.
Love it. Who's your friend?
Love. That is me and my friend Michaela. That was actually shot like not last weekend, but the weekend before. Was it last weekend? Man, I can't even remember now. That one's pretty new.
I like
And that's actually another remote tethered shot, which is awesome. And we had like a remote shootout. So we shot with people all over the country, all over the world, back to back, which was pretty cool.
Wow.
Had like a whole setup going. We were joking
That's cool.
calling it the model factory because we were like, all right, one in, one out, let's go.
That's great.
Yeah,
I'm
it was,
impressed.
it was awesome.
Oh, love this.
I love the simplicity.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that was shot by Valvic Photo in Miami not too long ago. It was actually, that's one of a set that was a cover set for Boudoir Inspirations magazine. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
It was shot on film, which I really like doing a lot of film
Yes.
work. I love film.
And that's what we have. Excellent work all around.
Thank
Love it.
you. Yeah, I love modeling. I love all of my pictures. I could look at them all day.
So this
Same.
is what you do full time, basically.
Oh yeah. Yep. I've been doing this full time for 2 years now.
So what's your plan moving forward? Obviously, with the pandemic hopefully coming to an end within the next half a year, you know, where do you see yourself going with this? Because you've only done, like you said, you've just been doing this 2 years.
Yeah.
And, you know,
I have plans, and I don't necessarily want to spoil them all because some of them are surprises. But most of what I'm doing, I have a lot of travel planned for when it's safe to travel again. I have cities in the U.S. that I'm going to be hitting that are new cities that I haven't been to. I have plans to go to Turks and Caicos when all of this is over, so I'm pretty excited for that. I have potential plans to go to Hawaii, so that's really cool. And then I really also want to plan an international tour once that is something that is safe to do. So that's something that I'm looking at. I'm saving places. I'm contacting people. I'm figuring out what I would need to do, and I want to do that. And then I have a few specific companies that I'm kind of waiting to work with until the spring, just because of everything with Corona. I'm kind of like not holding back, but just not traveling as much as I was, just because I'm trying to be respectful of everyone's safety and such. But I'm really excited for the spring, because as long as things keep like kind of getting better at that point, I'm going to start tentatively making new travel plans. So
Great.
That's great. Well, hopefully we can be a part of that.
yes,
Yeah,
I'm awesome.
collaborate
I
with you
definitely
guys.
want to come to Texas. So
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, like hopefully my initial plan was to try and open an office in Austin for Implied. And you know, because there's so many, I love the country there, and plus there's a ton of artistic people there that are really good, you know. So we'll see what happens. And of course traveling is never out of the question.
Right.
Don't
Yeah.
come to Pittsburgh. You'll hate the snow here.
Yeah.
I'll come during the summer.
We have a lot today. So yep.
Wow.
I feel you on the snow hatred.
I really hate it. I
so
really
much.
just don't enjoy it as a whole. I was like, I just want to live life where I don't have to deal with this. No.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for meeting with us. I mean, loved looking at your work, and definitely looking forward to hearing more about your future plans and whatnot.
Absolutely.
Yes. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. So anyway, again, folks, her link to her Instagram are on the caption, so make sure to follow her. Scarlet Begonias _ Wild Roses.
Yeah.
And of course, make sure to follow the Implied Project. Follow our videos here on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure to like, subscribe to our channels, and we'll have some more fun stuff too. We're going to have Scarlet back in one of our other group nights with.
I would love to. That would be awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. So again, thank you to my co-host Jamie.
Thank you.
And of course, Scarlet Begonias. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
watching, everybody.